Welcome back to this week's YouTube video. Today we are going to discuss how to actually secure a home in a very difficult market like we are currently experiencing. If you are a first-time home buyer, this video is for you. Stay tuned. There's going to be some great informational tips for you on how to actually secure a property in June 2023. Thank you so much for watching all my videos. If you find some value in them, please smash the subscribe button, like the video. If you find the video informational and you have somebody that might benefit from it, share the video with them. And I thank you so much for watching throughout the whole thing. So buying a home right now, it's difficult. Prices are a little bit shady when you're looking at them online. So I'm going to give you guys a couple tips on how to strategize and what your approach should be when you are trying to secure a home in today's market. So we will first start off with strategy and preparing yourself. Getting into the home buyer's market, we already know it's a struggle. You're going to save up your down payment. You're going to go through the process of figuring out what your needs and your wants are. But because the market is very competitive, you are going to need to take that extra step at the moment. You are going to want to go into your home buying process first and foremost with a pre-approval done. I would not start your process until you have a pre-approval with a specific purchase number that you are being given from a bank or from a mortgage broker. The reason why you don't want to start your process before this is because it's going to pull you in so many different directions. You might be looking at houses thinking you can afford $700,000, but then your bank numbers might come back and you might be only able to afford $500,000. You're going to be looking at two completely different products, and in some cases you may not even be able to get into the market like you think. So before you jumpstart your search, get that pre-approval done, see if it is feasible. If not, set a plan to save some additional money so you can actually get into the market on a timely manner. Once you have that pre-approval, what you're going to want to do is sit down with your agent, talk to them about what your needs and your wants are. There's only so much you can do with some budgets. If your budget is $600,000, in most areas in the GTA, you're really just limited to a condo. So there's no point in hoping for a townhouse or hoping to get a detached house because you're going to be sitting there waiting a long time for that to happen. So understand, if you want to get in the market, that may be your specific option for that time. If you don't want a condo, you don't have to get into the market. There's no one forcing you to do it. If you do want to get into the market, then guess what? You're going to have to get into a condo, and there are some benefits of doing so. But don't go into it saying, I wish I could afford more. The bank is only going to lend you as much money as they are comfortable lending based on what your ratios are and how much income you make. If you're a single person, the chances of you purchasing more than a condo in today's market as your first house is almost straight out the door. You have one income, your approval and your purchase price is going to be lower. It's just that easy. If you have two incomes, the chances of you buying a townhouse as your first house are actually feasible. Once you have the pre-approval and you've sat down with your agent, talk to them about what you want, what your needs are, what location that condo may need to be in, for example, or what that townhouse needs, if it's a backyard, if you don't like a galley kitchen, let them know some specifics so that way you're not wasting time going to look at houses that aren't actually going to fit the bill for you when you're purchasing something. Once you've done these things, your next step is to actually prepare for when you are going to put in an offer. You're going to be out there looking at houses with your agent, and if we're talking about today's market, everything is priced a little bit lower than it's actually worth. So let's say we are in Pickering, Whitby, Ajax. Right now, there is a lot of listings at $799,000. These homes are not going to sell for $799,000, but this is just that attractive starting price point. But they will be doing what we call a bidding war or a bidding date in 5 to 7 days. Generally, a lot of these $799 homes are selling between $9 and $950. So you need to go into it understanding that looking at a house that's actually priced at $900,000 might not make any sense if you can only afford $900,000, because they might be looking for $950 or north of $1 million. So you're going to have to sit down with your agent, understand what the market trends are at that given time. Today, it is a bidding war. Today, it is pricing the property lower than what it's worth. So mentally understanding that there's no point, or it's not very likely to see something priced at your maximum budget that sells below that purchase price, is something that you're going to have to understand. And Just looking at my last video of the market update for May, the average home sold for 104% of list price, which means almost all the houses right now are selling over asking, not under asking. Now, if the house has been on the market for more than 10 to 12 days, the chance of it actually being a house that you can negotiate with and work a deal on is a lot higher. In that first 5 to 7 days, if the price seems too good, it's likely because it's set up for a bidding situation. Now, once you've got all this stuff sorted out, you know what your price point is, you know what to expect and what the market is set up for in your specific area in terms of price and what the actual prices should be, your next thing is to prepare for that offer. Anybody who's winning an offer right now on offer day likely has no conditions. What this means is they might be foregoing a home inspection. They might be foregoing having a mortgage condition on their offer. These are both huge risks, but a lot of people are willing to take that risk in order to get a property that they really, truly like. So you are the only one who can ultimately make this decision. The agent, myself, I cannot pressure or tell my clients this is a good idea. I can, however, let them know this is what's happening in the current market. If you want to compete in a bidding war and put your hat in the ring, your chances are better without conditions. There's no question. However, there are some risks. You need to be willing to take those risks because you are the one who's going to get in hot water if things do not materialize like you thought they were going to, if you can't close on closing day. So think about what the pros and the cons of going each route are. Personally, try to do a couple offers with conditions, see how things go. If you feel like you're just not going to get anything, then maybe you want to take that gamble and go without conditions. Everybody's situation obviously is a little bit different. You don't want to get yourself caught in between. At the end of the day, you need to close on the property. So if the bank is telling you you can maybe afford $900,000, but you offer $950,000 with no conditions, where is this additional money going to come from? That's something that you would have to figure out. So if you have no source of additional money coming in from anywhere else, I would be very wary of exceeding your comfortable purchase area that the bank has maybe given you. And even though the bank gives you a firm purchase price, it does not mean that that specific house, it is a slam dunk. They still like the financing conditions, so they can look things over and make sure that yes, they are willing to give you that mortgage. Yes, they are willing to give you that mortgage. So proceed with caution is all we can tell you, but most people are winning in the bidding war without having a condition. That is just a fact, unfortunately, at the moment. When you are putting in an offer, I will encourage my clients to write a little bit of a letter, let the seller know who you are. Maybe you have some family in the area, you have kids that are going to go to school just around the corner. Let them know some things about you that might be able to hit some of those sentimental points. The seller is not allowed to necessarily take an offer because they like the letter more, but if your price and another price are very, very similar, that might be just what you needed to actually secure that property instead of continuing to bid for weeks and weeks on end without any luck. And lastly, as a home buyer, the process, it really is not the most enjoyable at the moment, but soak it all in. Enjoy the process. Enjoy looking at houses. Try not to get too stressed out if it is taking you a little bit of time. It is easier said than done, I understand, but be very, very careful and methodical as you go through the process. Let your agent burden the stress of getting you through some of these bidding wars. Understand there's a lot of houses that come on the market. If you lose one today, there will be another that hits the market tomorrow, and so on and so on. Do not put that unneeded pressure on yourselves to secure a house right away, especially if it's your first house and you have the ability to be patient. So don't get caught up in the process, enjoy it, and eventually you will find the right house for you. And last, my final tip is for the agents out there. Just guide your clients. Guide them through this whole process because this is likely their first time. It may be their second time going from a condo to a townhouse potentially, but guide them, let them know what to expect, let them know the struggles and the issues that they might encounter. then you're going to have no issues with the client as they're going through the process. They may be frustrated, but you would have already prepared them for these possible frustrations if the bidding wars are just so intense that they feel like they want to take a break. They might not take that break because at the end of the day, they've been prepared. They understand it's a long game. Eventually, something that is right for them will work out. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you found it informative and if you know somebody else who can benefit from watching it, share the video with them. If you want to talk to me personally, you can email me at mike@teamcarpino.com. The rest of my information is in the description box below. And once again, subscribe to my channel, like the video, and I will see you in the next one. Have a wonderful day.